Hi everyone, this is Dr. Alana James, and we'll be redoing this conversation another time because today we had internet difficulty and people were unable to attend as a group to have conversation. But in case it's something you were thinking about, let's start with a reflection on thinking of a time when your learning output was the highest. You just had that zest. You just felt like you were learning so much and it was so exciting. Were you in a class? Perhaps you were just starting a degree. And then was learning, or the process of going to a place or being part of learning, was it part of a routine? And then were you given guideposts about your learning so you knew as you went along how you were doing? And what were the issues that made your creativity level high? Just to say that this is a group, so it's intended to be a small amount of discussion and with a large amount of conversation between students in the group. We're based upon ideas here that students have said held them back. And this idea today then is, how do we use modeling so that we learn better, deeper, faster, and in a way that supports our graduate work? To start this off, we'll consider Bloom's taxonomy. So the lowest thing is to keep doing something until we remember it, where we recall just basic facts. Higher level is when we're learning and we gain some understanding, but higher than even that is when we can apply that understanding. All right, so those first three levels come into play when you take on a model of something that has been done before you. You look at it seriously and critically, and you try to understand what they have done, and then you apply that understanding to your own work. After you've used the model and built something, then you can analyze it against other things, evaluate how you like it or not, and build even higher levels of creativity. So my hypothesis is that by using a model of a finished product that is close to where you are going, you will suddenly look very creative, because while you've viewed somebody else's way of doing it and final output, you've applied your own ideas to it, you've changed it completely. You can analyze it, then your work against theirs, because there's a close relationship between the two. And through that evaluation and the sheer creativity of having done it that way, your work will be stronger, faster. Now, my question is, do you agree? And this is where the group would have been great fun to have conversation about whether this works for you. But I'll close today's short snippet, and then, as I said, hopefully we'll have a chance to discuss it as a group. What models work in graduate school? And the most obvious is published dissertations or thesis. And if you haven't already looked at them, in your Doctoral Net websites, when you go to your account, there's a on-demand webinars page, and there are two webinars, starting your PhD with the end in mind and starting your master's thesis with the end in mind. And they build on this concept of how do you critically analyze other people's final work so that you are off to a better, faster start. Reports can do this as well. You can look at the way people structure their ideas, what kinds of graphics they use, etc. And you certainly should do that if you're writing a journal article. You should intimately know the journal you're writing for, and you should have some of your favorite articles picked out that you can use for models. And then, of course, today's discussion would have been what others are available, and what helps you personally with your learning and production. And as I said, apologies we couldn't do it live, but we will take this one up in the future.